Hello, everyone, and welcome to. I'm just going to bring my microphone a little bit closer here. Welcome to, day 5 of the 14-day piano challenge. We're kind of getting close to the halfway mark, which is a little bit insane. I feel like it's been 2 minutes since this started, so it's been a really, really fast week for me so far. So, the topic of today is going back to improv. So this is going to have a lot in common with the first day we did, where we did a 2-chord improv. Today we're going to explore pentatonic improvisation, which I think sounds a little crazier than it is. It's actually probably the easiest way, honestly, to get started with improvisation if you've never done anything like it before. Now, I have done 2 videos in the past. Sorry, I was before I went live. I was playing a couple chords in like pentatonic in like a pentatonic key, and then I realized I was starting to play. Something like that, Drive by Incubus. I was like, that was my like 1 minute before hitting the go live button. I was just trying to figure the notes out to that. So on a unrelated note, let's get back to pentatonic scales. Pentatonic, penta is 5. So it's a 5-note scale. A lot of guitar players like to use, apparently, like the guitar players I talk to enjoy using pentatonic scales for jamming. The reason they're so useful is because in the 5 notes, in a pentatonic scale, they all sound good together. So no note will sound bad ever, pretty much. So if I could literally. I'm just hitting random notes, and it all works together. Whereas when we're playing with in a regular key, so a major scale has 7 notes. So when we're playing with so pentatonic scale is the 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. Okay. When we have the 4th and the 7th, those are the notes that tend to create a lot of tension and maybe sound kind of yucky. So if I'm, say I'm jamming in the key of C major, if I, do you hear how awkward that F can sound if it's exaggerated? So that can be kind of an ugly note. Now, the B can be an awkward, tense note too, but it also sounds kind of nice because it creates a major 7 chord, which has a gorgeous sound to it. So anyway, but it's the 4 and the 7 that create a lot of tense sounding, harsh tones when you're improvising. So by improvising in a pentatonic key, you're bypassing the gross, harsh, ugly tones, and you're just using purely pleasant tones, which makes it really fun and a really good gateway to improvisation because you can take out some of the stress of playing something that sounds ugly. So another nice reason for improvising with a pentatonic scale is on the piano is visually the black keys are a pentatonic scale. So we have 5 black keys. So if we played something in the key of G flat major, that would be, or I guess I should say F sharp major, that would be, there would be a B. There'd be a B. I don't know, that piano teacher humor. There'd be a B and an F. So that would be the 4 and the 7. So again, we're deleting the 4 and the 7, and we're just sticking to the 5 black keys. So to do a pentatonic improv, all you need to do is hit the black keys. And you could do it you could do something really abstract like. I'm literally just hitting random notes, but you could create kind of a cool little ambiance. So it's really worth exploring, especially if you want to take yourself out of thinking, if you think about chords and stuff all the time, and that you find that really distracting when you're trying to improvise, you could just think about creating sounds. And just explore, almost like the black keys are the paint, and you can make, I don't know, I'm going to make some bad art comparison here. But yeah, there's a lot of really cool things you can do just with the black keys. If you do want to do something more chord-like, in the first improv video in day 1, we talked about, you know what I just realized? I wish I had a way to mirror my keyboard, because is my keyboard backwards to you guys on these videos? You'll have to let me know. Because I'm looking at the screen and everything looks inverted. So I'm not sure if that's just on my end or if you guys are actually seeing things visually backwards too. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I've been trying to noodle with things like YouTube doesn't seem to give me a lot of flexibility in terms of adjusting my camera. So, oh, the keyboard is not inverted. That's just my screen. Okay, I'm really glad that that's the case. I didn't notice it when I was looking at the other videos either. So anyway, going back to the first improv session, day one thing that we talked about is doing 1/5/8s. And 1/5/8s are great because they just are really easy to play and they always sound good. So you can kind of just assume a hand shape. You can't really do a 1/5/8 on the B flat, I guess, in a pentatonic key, but you can do 1/5/8s with basically all the other ones. And you could just do 1/5/8s in the left hand and noodle something in the right hand if you wanted to do something more structured. Anyway, and you could just kind of go on like that. I could just like spend all day having fun with those sounds. So, but again, I want to encourage you guys to free yourself from the bounds of even like time signatures and rhythm and chords, and just like allow yourself to explore sound. Don't without worrying about all the like other constraints. Usually pentatonic improvisations are the very, very first improv project I give to my students because it can be a really open and freeing experience. Plus, another fun thing to do is a glissando on the black keys. So you could do like kind of like a Starfish at Night. There's a piece in the preparatory RCM book that does something like that. Yeah, off the top of my head, I'm not going to remember the rest, but they just have a gorgeous. It sounds really cool. So there's a lot of fun sounds you can make just with the black keys. So I think that's pretty much all I have to say. I have done 2 videos about pentatonic scales and improv in the past. I don't think I remember what they were called. One of them is about it being a useful jamming and improv tool. So it's probably talking about the same things that I'm talking about now. And another one is I wrote a pentatonic tune and just kind of explained it a little bit more. So definitely things worth checking out if you want to get a little bit deeper into it. So yeah, do you guys have any questions related to this, related to anything? Glissandos. I should actually talk about glissandos for a moment. If you're careful with them, they won't damage anything. I'd be more worried about you damaging your fingers. When I play them, I try to play them like with my finger as flat as possible, kind of on the this part of my finger. So I kind of do a little bit of a sweet. It's almost like a karate chop. Because if you drag it along this part of your finger, it like catches every bump on the keys, which is probably like worse for your fingertip than it is again for the keyboard. But you just don't have to be like that. Kind of hurts compared to like a sideways karate chop, because yeah, there's less bumps on your fingers. So yeah, I don't know. It depends on your piano, I guess. I fear of I think as piano players, we have far less chance damaging our fingers than say guitar players. I don't know about you guys, but like playing guitar, I cannot get past the like first week, the week of pain, the week of calluses. Piano is a much gentler, much more polite instrument. So cool. Okay, so any other questions, guys? So yeah, so Jim's saying ignore the 4 and the 7 notes. Exactly. And that's really easy to do if you're using nothing but the black keys, because the 4 and the 7 would end up being white keys. So yeah, and if you were to do like a pentatonic jam in say like C pentatonic, you would just ignore the F and the B. But I would keep it to the black keys unless you guys are feeling like you want to, be really hardcore. So the back of the nails, again, it's kind of like the same thing. Like I still feel like using the back of the nail for glissando catches the keys and isn't as smooth as going when you go kind of sideways. People have a bunch of different ways of doing it. It kind of depends on how long your glissando is. I'm not like a pro at them or anything like that, but I like using my index finger twisted towards the keyboard. I just find that's the nicest on me. So, uh, Alec is saying guitar isn't painful as long as your string action is set up properly. But what about with acoustic guitars? They hurt. Acoustic guitars hurt. I think maybe I just have like really thick strings too. Anyway, I think we're gonna wrap this up today. I got some stuff to head off here. So I think, yeah, I'll maybe try to catch you guys similar time tomorrow. So be sure to hop on live. It's nice to see some of the same names pop up throughout this challenge. So it's really cool that you guys are participating. And for those of you who are catching it after the fact, I want to say hello to you too. And I'm so happy that you guys are playing along with this. This is a lot of fun for me. So be sure to share your pentatonic improvisations over on the Facebook page. That's Piano TV, or no, that's my webpage. I'm trying to say facebook.com/Piano TV Net. That's our Facebook page. And yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys come up with. Awesome. I will talk to you guys later. I don't know why I dragged that. I made that super, I don't know, like a little bit too country. I don't know where I was going with that. I will catch you guys later.